Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Janelle and thank you very much for joining me today on another makeup video. Now today in this video, I'm actually going to be testing for the very first time, and it's not a new product, but this is my first, so it might be old to you, but it's new to me. And it's the Morphe Fluidity Full-coverage Foundation. Yep, I'm going to be testing it out for the first time. It probably came out like over a year ago, but I want to see what the hype is all about. You know, is the hype legit or is it not? Good. So I'm going to start by priming my skin. I'm going in with my usual Maybelline, what is this? The Master Prime, the Blur and Smooth Primer. So I'm just going to use my usual products today and see how the foundation holds up. If I like it, if I don't like it. So while my primer sinks in, let me just read what Morphe has to say about the foundation. According to Morphe, and it says, finally, a foundation 3 major shade, 50 to be exact, so it has 50 shades. Shades to fit you, and you, and you, because the shade struggle is real. I know that all too well. It says meter long wearing full coverage foundation that performs like a boss and is not caught in the middle of the or plain size. Instead, values your hue and your wallet. Alright, the benefits. It's supposed to be 24-hour long wear, sweat proof, transfer resistant, water resistant, free of oils, fragrance and parabens. Great for all skin types, especially normal to oily. Alright, so I have oily skin, so I'm going to be testing that out. It says it's supposed to be a long wear foundation, sweat proof, transfer resistant and water resistant. Alright. It also says it offers a soft matte coverage, so it's a matte foundation. Alright, so this is what the foundation looks like, and I have shade F440, which they say is neutral and it's rich with neutral undertones. I hope this is my shade. I tend to go for something with golden undertones, but this one looked as close as possible to my skin tone. Alright, that looks good. It's not the most neutral that I've seen. At least it's not grey. Alright, so I'm just going to blend this into this side of my face to see what kind of coverage we're getting. Alright, so this looks like so far it looks like a medium coverage foundation. Alright, let me just apply it to the rest of my face. It has a slight fragrance. It's not fragrance free. It has a slight fragrance. It just smells like makeup. Nothing offensive. Have you guys tried this foundation? Yeah, is it one of your go-to foundations? I've only read reviews. I haven't watched videos on it. Well, probably like when it first came out. And yeah, I didn't think the reviews weren't negative or anything about the foundation. Yeah. So I want to test to see, is the hype real? So that was about 2 pumps of the foundation. I like the coverage. They gave me a medium coverage, but I'm just going to go in with 1 more pump to see if we can actually build it up some more. And this doesn't look neutral at all. I wouldn't call this a neutral foundation. Actually, it looks a little red, on the red side to me. So Influencer.com gave this foundation a rating of 3.9, and it says it's super matte and high coverage that lasts all day long. It doesn't cake up or crack, feels amazing and lightweight for the high coverage. This is not neutral. This is so red, so you have to be very careful with your shade. It still feels a little sticky on my skin. It hasn't dried down completely. But I think we can actually, you can build the coverage up. I definitely got more coverage when I applied the last pump that I did. I definitely got more coverage. So hopefully the concealer and powder can fix the color of this foundation. Because if you look compared to my hands, you can see it's red. Alright, so I'm going to just finish the rest of my face, you know, as usual, because we can't have a video that's 3 minutes long. I'm going to finish the rest of my face, and hopefully by then the foundation will, you know, dry down some more. I'll get to see how it performs with my concealer and my powders, and just let you know what I think about the foundation at the end. Alright, so I'm going to go in with my Instant Age Rewind by Maybelline to conceal and to highlight my face. Alright, so my concealer is blending nicely on top. For some reason today everything just seems a little bit tackier. So the concealer is pretty much just sticking nicely to that foundation. Alright, so my concealer is done. And the foundation is still tacky on my skin. It doesn't dry down to be super matte, so it's not uncomfortable on my skin. And so far it feels, for this amount of coverage, it does indeed feel comfortable on my skin. So I'm just going to set my under eyes and, you know, my forehead in the areas that I would have highlighted. How is everyone doing today? I always like to ask you how you're doing today, you know. It's good to check up and to check in on people. See how they're doing. For contour, I'm going in with my Milani Contour and Highlight Duo Stick. And contour my nose. Have you been following on social media in terms of what Monique said? Monique came for the girls and the guys as bonnets. Yes, and pajamas and slippers and scarves. But you know what? To be fair, I do agree with what she said. And I think she meant it with a kind heart and a kind spirit, based on how she delivered the message. I don't think she was malicious in her statement. And it's one thing to go to pop out if you live close to a grocery store with a bonnet on your head, but to travel, because she was basically saying she was traveling. And this is Monique the comedian, all right? One of our favorite aunties. And she was basically saying she was traveling to do a show, and as she was going through the airport, she saw so many young girls, young women, wearing bonnets, scarves, pajamas, slippers. And she was basically calling for them to show a little more pride in their appearance and the way how they carry themselves. And, I don't have a problem with that messaging or with her message. As I said, I don't think it was malicious, but she got a lot of, negative comments. As that would happen. Negative comments would happen. Some people were saying, oh, you were talking about people's bonnets and stuff like that, and you are filming a video in a robe and no bra. Well, I'm not sure if she was wearing a bra or not, but that's not the issue. The issue is that she was at home and she was filming the actual video. That's what she was doing. But I think when you're traveling and when you're out, you have to take a certain amount of pride. Every day is not a good day. You're not going to have a day where you feel like, dressing up all the time. And I came across this video on YouTube as well by Fumi. And she basically was agreeing. I can't remember the rest of her YouTube name, but it's Fumi. And if you search Fumi and maybe Monique, yes, you might see her video pop up. And she was agreeing with Monique as well. And she actually showed ways that you can actually style your bonnet. Or ways that you can go to the airport, get ready for the airport. She gave the girls some looks, So, yeah. That's what caught my attention on social media this week. Do you agree? Is it okay to wear bonnets to the airport when you're traveling? Do you not care? Do you have bigger problems or bigger things to worry about? I just always make the effort when I travel. So that's my bias. But everyone is not the same. And there are going to be instances where, maybe people aren't in a position to dress up. But there are ways that you can carry yourself. You don't have to wear your bonnet. You really don't have to wear it during the flight. And that's my final answer. Okay? For 50,000, that's my final answer. Alright, enough of that. Back to the makeup. I'm going to just bronze my face now. And today for bronzer, usually I go in with my Absolute New York Pro Bronzer. But I'm going to go in with my Revlon Color Stay. It's a pressed foundation compact. And I have it in shade 450 Mocha. Which is like, this shade. So I'm going to use this to bronze, and if I think I need a little bit more redness, I can always go over it with my usual bronzer. So that applied nicely and nicely over the foundation. I'm just going to set like these areas where and around my mouth where I didn't bronze or highlight with my face powder. And I'm going to just set it ever so lightly because honestly, I live in a hot climate, so I know I 100% need to set down my, ooh, that's a lot of powder, sorry. I need to set down my foundation or not I'm gonna look like an oil slick by the end of the day. But I guess if you are in a colder climate, you wouldn't have to set it. But if you are a dry skin girl, maybe you could wear this foundation without actually setting it down. So I'm going to do my brows, and I'm going to do my brows off camera and save some time. So I'll be right back. Alright, so brows are done, and I primed my lid because we're going to go in with some eyeshadow. I'm just going to, do a quick eyeshadow look and, just finish off my face and then let you know how the foundation is actually doing. But so far it's looking okay. I was able to correct. In terms of the redness, I think some of that redness might be coming through under my eyes I think it probably mixed with the concealer. So the shade was, because the shade of the foundation was a little bit red, as I said, and it was described as being a neutral color, which is not a good thing. But so far in terms of the formula, everything has been applying nicely on it so far. The bronzer, the contour, and everything went on good, and as I set it down with the powder, so it's set now. Alright, and it definitely is a matte, but it's not an uncomfortable matte foundation so far. I'm just going in with some purple eyeshadow in the crease from a Morphe palette that I have. Lid, I'm going to dip into my Wahala 2 palette by Juvia's Place, and I'm going to go in with the shade Rich all over my lid. This is the color. It's a nice, pretty, like a lilac, purpley shimmer shade, and I'm just going to put that all over my lid. And this is my very simple when I'm doing eyeshadow. If I want something very simple, I'll normally going with, just something that's close to my skin tone in the crease, and then a shimmer on the lid. Something nice and simple. I'm gonna keep it simple today. Just going in with the color Shakara from the same Wahala palette for my inner corner. I'm going in with a purple pencil in my waterline, and for this I'm using the LA Girl Ultimate Intense Stay Auto Liner in Perpetual Purple. Alright, I'm just going to sweep some purple underneath my lower lash line. Are done. So what I'm going to do is to just put some lashes on and put some mascara and some lashes on, and then come back and do my blush and my highlight and do a lip and finish off this look. Alright guys, so lashes are on and nice simple eyeshadow look. I'm going to stick with something a little more coral today. Corally pinky. And this is my Nicka K New York Blush Duo. Let me see if there's a name. There's no name, so I guess it's just blush. And as usual for highlight, I'm going in with my Maybelline Master Chrome in Molten Gold. I love this. It's drugstore, but it works, so, you know. Highlighter down the, I'm going to take some of the highlighter down the bridge of my nose. I always highlight my nose. I find I like how the light reflects off of it. It looks nice to me. Some on the tippy tip. Alright, for lips I'm going to start by lining my lips with a dark brown pencil. And I have this J2. I've never heard of this brand before and didn't get a chance to look it up. It's called J2 Professional. And I have this matte lipstick. It's nice chocolate brown. Oh, it smells delicious. It smells like vanilla. Alright guys, so that's it. Face is finished. So what do I think about the foundation? First thing first, my issue is with the actual shade. As I said at the beginning, I used shade, this is shade, hold on, where is it? Right, shade F440, which it was described as being a neutral shade. On me, the shade was very red. It's not the reddest shade that I have actually used, but it was leaning more on the red side. So I wish that the actual shade was a little bit more, you know, true to the actual undertone that they spoke about, that they described it as. Apart from that, I was able to build it up to somewhat of a fuller coverage, and I went in with 3 pumps of the actual foundation. 2 pumps put me at medium coverage, and that 3rd pump, I was able to build it up some more. The foundation does take a little while to dry down, so it's not a matte that's going to dry your skin out. It's not. And it does dry down once you set it with powder. It's going to dry down, but it's not uncomfortable or anything like that on the skin. So apart from the issue with the shade, I would say that I do like the actual foundation. I found my product sat well on top of the foundation. I didn't have any problems blending anything out on top of it. So that's a win for me. So would I use it again? Yes, I would use it again. I was able to work with the shade, so you know, and you know, adjust the color with my concealer and bronzer. So I would use it again, and I would definitely try to get a shade that matches my skin. So if you're buying the foundation, which, you know, it's not a new foundation, but hey, if you're watching this and you happen to go and buy the foundation after this, you know, just make sure that you get your right shade. And it's very iffy if you're actually choosing the shades online and you're going by the shade description. Alright, makeup gang, so I'm back. It's been about, just with a check-in, it's been about 5 hours. It's now 5:14. That's the time. And I started my makeup like around say 12 midday. Since then I cooked, did a couple things around the house. So I've been active. I've been over a hot stove, and this is the way how my face looks so far. So we have a little oil coming through there just around these areas. But apart from that, I think the foundation actually did hold up pretty good. I have foundations whereas I would be so much more oilier after 5 hours, and especially after being in a hot kitchen and cooking, I would have definitely been oilier. I could powder this if I want to, and it would probably be like brand new, like a fresh application of makeup. I'll just probably have to reapply my lipstick and stuff like that, but that's it. So in terms of the Morphe Fluidity Full-Coverage Foundation, I would say I'll probably give it like a 6 out of 10. I'm definitely going to use it again in more videos. I talked about the shade before, so I'm not going to bore you with that again. So yeah, 7. I'll probably give it a 7 for the fact that it does control my oil very good, and that's one of my main concerns. Is it going to last? Is it going to control the oil? Are my oils going to break through the foundation and break the actual foundation down? And it doesn't seem to have really done that after these amount of hours. So yeah, so right guys, so that's it. So thanks again for joining me today, and I'll ask very politely, if this is your first time watching me, or if you've watched a couple of my videos, please do consider subscribing. It really does help to boost the channel, help my channel a lot. Alright, turn your notifications on so that you know when I upload. This week I uploaded on Wednesday, Friday, and I'll probably upload again on Sunday. So that's probably the schedule that I'll stick to. So if you like makeup and you like discovering new makeup, or if you like me trying things maybe that you've tried before, or have you seen people try and you want another perspective on it, please do consider following me. I'll probably make this a series where I do, you know, was the hype real, or you know, was it a letdown or so, you know? So I'll probably make a playlist on my channel with those kinds of videos. All right, so Thanks again for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye!